Hi, my beautiful Cappies. Hello, my name is Marta. This channel's name is Universal Power Tarot, and these messages we bring you here are supposed to encourage, elevate, and empower you guys. Yay, as well as myself, of course. All right, Cappies, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for shining your light on this channel. It's amazing. We got quite the gorgeous tribe going on here. So happy you joined. If you're new to this channel, thank you for all your love, subscription, comments, beautiful comments, likes, and such. Yeah, once we... No, wait, what was I gonna say? Yeah, if you would like the 20-minute free private reading with Spirit and myself, all you have to do for that, if you want to be in the draw for July, is to subscribe and to state that you did so below. All right, my dear ones, let's hop into your reading, shall we? And what I need to say before we... Whoa, that was almost unnoticeable. Almost unnoticeable. I almost missed that these cards came out. Oh, it's 3. And that's a surprise as well. So there's definitely a surprise element to your reading here. Definitely. Wow. Also, it's definitely about timing for you, Cappies. Definitely about timing, because as I was pre-shuffling your cards, what happened was that they wouldn't merge. And the reason was because I did it simultaneously instead of starting with one, like slightly before the other started. So it's much like the wheels of, the wheels coming together. And if like the bigger part, the more prominent part is coming together, it's not gonna go. So it needs to be like this, right? If that makes any sense. And then it'll turn. So I was feeling, do with this message what you will, right? But I was feeling it's between action and rest. Action and rest. Feminine, masculine, all right? And also, my sweethearts, this is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate with you. Please only take what resonates and leave the rest behind, because that means it's for somebody else. It's not gender specific, nor is it really time specific, meaning, yes, I put a date on the title, which I will shortly do away with. But it's really whenever the message reaches you, it's yours at that time, right? Also, if just a title resonates with you, watch it. There may be a message in it for you. You will know intuitively which messages to watch. Really trust yourself on that one, all right? And this is what this channel is big about. Personal and spiritual growth and empowering you guys, all right? So, that's it. All right, let's see. Your first card out. And so the messages can be triggering because they're supposed to trigger growth. Your first card out here is Temptation, Cappies, which is your card. You are out. Like you're out of the box. Cappies, out of the box. Here we go, Temptation. This is about the empty-eyed with the fox here. It's about realizing that there's so much more than just material possessions and so much more to this life. It's realizing that you are so much more than just this one life and just your attachments to this life. There is so much more happening, Capricorns, and you are coming into the realization of this and are getting rid of stuff that has previously holding you back or hostage even in some cases, which means we could be talking about addiction here, and that doesn't have to be drugs, alcohol, cigarettes. It could just be simple stuff as eating too much sugar or overeating in general, and that doesn't have to show like in your body necessarily. It doesn't have to go to being overweight, right? It's just using food as something to substitute for a different feeling. So you're feeling something, your emotions are trying to talk to you, Cappies, and what you are doing, and this is not, I'm doing this too, I'm just working on this myself. So it's like, and instead of dealing with the emotion and really going there, it's a bit of laziness that is coming in with that card. To really go there, because it doesn't take long, but often we're so much in the thought pattern of I've always done it that way, it doesn't really affect me, but it will. So you need to be careful here. You really have to start switching those patterns around, and because now it's easy, it's easy to look at it and to turn it around. You don't want this to grow into a bigger problem, is the message here. This is not for all of you, this is specific, all right? So, but it's still for all of you is like, look at your emotions and don't try to put like a coat of paint over it when you could really like, because what I'm getting now is the image of mold on a wall. If you're dealing with it properly, it'll stay this small, right? Or this small. But if you're just putting a coat of paint over it, it may grow underneath the paint and then be a much bigger problem where you actually have to like tear out the wall or something like that. You don't want that. You want to be dealing with it when it's still small, which it is in your case. So really take note of your emotions here, Capricorn, because next card out is the Three of Rods. You are getting help right now. This is spirit talking to you. This is your soul talking to you, really giving you help right now. This is assistance from above. Could also be the assistance from an actual person that is coming into your life in the form of a trainer, in the form of somebody is making you aware of a pattern here that has been running. Could be unconsciously, and all of a sudden you're starting to get it and you're like, oh, right, this is what I've been doing. And it may not be so great for my health. So we're talking about, this is on a physical plane, on the level of your body. That's what we're talking about here. And you're receiving that help that is coming in for you and letting you know there is something that you have to pay attention to, Capricorn. Wow. And you have the Hangman next, which is a major arcana. It's the lone man in this deck here. It's talking, yeah, this is shadow side. This is shadow work with the moth here. It's shadow work. It's like looking at things that you may have previously not wanting to look at, because again, we often, and again, myself, I'm including myself in this, are a bit lazy when it comes to that type of work. I'm always surprised when it comes out, and it does in readings too, that people go do the shadow work so willingly. And I'm like, I'm not one of those people. I'm rather one of those that puts a bunch of color on the mold, and I'm like, I'm not seeing it. I never saw it. I don't, and then something happens and I really have to go work. Okay, sometimes I go there. I'm like, okay, we have to deal with this beforehand, and I'm trying to catch it more and more, because this is still something that is easy to work on. Later, if you let it run, it's something that you really have to deal with, right? And that's what this is talking about here. Catch it right now. It's really worth it. You only need half an hour. Like, write it down. What's the emotion? What is, for example, let's stay with the topic of food, although it could be anything really addiction. It could be tarot addiction, it could be TV addiction, it could be anything, sex addiction, whatever it is for you, right? And why do you do these things? What are you trying to, I don't almost want to say cover up, because that's not the right term, but what are you trying to substitute here? What is really missing? Because often it's a void within us that we're trying to fill, right? So what are you trying to fill with this? And food is a really good analogy with that, and often happens because it fills us, right? Overeating to the point of where you actually feel that you are full. But this is, of course, not really helpful because something else is missing. And by writing it down and really figuring out what we're talking about here, or what you are talking about, Cappies, that's where it's at, right? That's where it's really at. Yes. And for some of you, this could mean like embarking on, or having embarked on the spiritual journey, and all of a sudden being enlightened, realizing something, realizing a pattern here. Yeah, wisdom coming in for sure. Wisdom coming in. And again, the timeliness of things. That now it'll run smoothly if you just make that small adjustment. Again, because like I said in the beginning with the cards, the way they were shuffling or not shuffling is because of the timeliness. It's only a small adjustment. Later on, it may grow bigger, so catch it now, is the message. To those of you that haven't watched any of my fusion tarot readings, oracle card readings, I'm doing a blend of the new and old style because I love it so much, and because it came to me. Oh, wow. You have the ancestor here with the number 5, which is change, which is not surprising to me because, like I said, shadow work, and that is more light is coming in. You're illuminating parts of yourself that have previously not been noticed and acknowledged, because that's what we're doing. We're acknowledging them. Thank you for being here, my dear emotion. What are you trying to tell me? All right, acceptance, and then it'll quickly transform into another thing. Often when we write, it's like another positive sentence that replaces the one we originally had about that topic. So you have definitely ancestral support. Definitely ancestral support. There could be, if you have a grandmother or mother that has passed over, they're with you really strongly and they are wanting you to get this. And this is also this is very specific for a few of you, if not just one of you, where they really want you to become aware of your body image, because there's something that is not properly. The way you see yourself in the mirror is not the way that the rest of the world is perceiving you, all right? You really have to learn to love your body unconditionally, the way, you were made perfectly from God or whoever you believe in, just the way you are. Just the way you are. And they're trying to get you to the point where you can actually see that and acknowledge that. Yeah, that's gorgeous. And it's really helpful for that to get in touch with your feminine energies, or with feminine deities, or feminine energies. Let me put it that way, if that makes any sense to you. For example, Isis energy, or any other, basically, any other, Mother Mary, whoever, right? Whoever comes to you, whoever makes herself known to you, work with her, or you can ask for that assistance, because that's really beneficial to your process here. Drumming also is going to help. Heaps drumming and vibration, sound vibration. I'm now getting throat chakra, because there's something blocked in your throat chakra, not speaking on something. That's very important. And also, and I know, hi males, I'm still talking to you as well though, right? I know this is rather female oriented, that reading, that particular, I can feel it because I'm talking to a lot of females, but it's the rise of the feminine. And either way, it's really good for the masculines, or for the males here, to watch and hear it as well, because you do have that divine feminine inside yourself, and hearing that is going to trigger something in you as well. So, but this specifically is talking about female organs to me, and the health of your female organs. You may want to start to drink like raw chocolate, because there are healing ceremonies with raw chocolate. So either you've just attended one where that was present, but for the womb, raw chocolate is a really good thing, okay? Yeah, and old knowledge, of course, with ancestors, that is coming in, because you're asking for assistance, and that is coming in, that knowledge. It is given to you here. Thank you. Whoa! Wow, this is powerful stuff. You have the stack with the number 8. Highly successful here, Cappies. Wow. Highly successful, and here we go. That's the protective energy. We have the divine feminine and the divine masculine here, who is the protector of the divine feminine, of her creative energies. And there you go, my sweethearts. My males, hi. This is like your prominent energy, right? That's the protector of the divine feminine, with her all gorgeous and soft kind of an energy. And this is like really strong, yet really knowing the power. This is really powerful too. And when we incorporate these two energies within ourselves, then we're balanced. And that's what's happening here right now with you. That's incredible. And the tree image that we see here on his drum, we have a huge drum here again. So or tapestry, but I just first perceived it as a drum. So drumming is going to be very, very powerful and intense for you, because it reconnects you with Mother Earth, with that feminine energy, and it just does something to us, because that's what our ancestors, it should point this way, have been doing, right? So it's in our DNA, and it activates something. It reminds us of old knowledge too, that is then vibrationally coming to us. There's so much that we don't understand and don't see and don't perceive necessarily, but it'll make so much sense. It might then come to us in dream state or in the form of synchronicities that we're really being put in a certain place at a certain time. Again, timing is very essential here for you Capricorns. That's very interesting. That's all stuff that you don't have to worry about because you are taken care of by the higher energies, right? So that is super interesting. You can just basically relax almost, like take it a bit more easy here because you are receiving the help. You are receiving the help. Your part is to look at your emotions here and write that down, or however else you want to get in touch with them, but make sure you're listening. So, and that's also, that tree image is also the one that's depicted in the back, which is really talking about this mirroring kind of an image, right? It's the roots of the tree that grow deep into Mother Earth, but also reach up high into the sky, into the male energy, the spiritual energy, right? So it's both. It's the coming together of those, both the earthly energies and the heavenly energies that are as inside, so on the outside, as above, so below. That is that. And we are the in-between, which is gorgeous because we are the expressions of source energy, ultimately, of our soul, source, our soul, and we're the expression of that. And shadow work is indeed very, very necessary because this is like... it's the same thing. So if there's a lot of light, then there's a lot of shadow. And in order for us to have more light, we need to work more on our shadow. And one can't exist without the other here either. So that's interesting. Yeah. And good to work with. And that's going to make you, by the way, Cappies, that's going to make you, with that tree in the back, so strong, because those are the strong roots, right? This is the unshakable tree, basically, the unshakable old oak that has been here for centuries. This is you, right? And that's the coming together of these two forces and not being in unhealthy attachments anymore, any longer, and no longer also in unhealthy relationships here. And that's the secret or the trick or however you want to call this to that. If you feel like you've been in an unhealthy relationship after unhealthy relationship, and this doesn't have to be romantic, look inside yourself. Look where you are aligned, because they are in turn mirrors, and you are in turn mirrors for the other people, for you to look at. What are they triggering within me? Stop pointing the fingers, because that's really not helpful. You're giving all of your power away. You want to reclaim that power and bring it back to yourself by seeing, how is my internal divine feminine doing? How are you? How is my internal divine masculine doing? How are you, my dear? Right? Having a look at that. Oh, beautiful. Yeah. Having a look at that. Oh, before I'm going to continue. Thank you. Which one? This one. Yeah, clearly. Before I'm going to continue here with this card, I want to read to you because that popped out. One came out like this, so I could read it, and you have dreams. And the other one came out like this, so face down. And I'm going to read that to you in the extended. For now, I'm going to read dreams to you. This is a wondrous time of healing and positive transformation. Embrace life each moment and keep focused on your dreams. Retain the purity of your vision, and you will draw success to you. All you ever wished for, even that which seemed a distant dream, is about to manifest. Oh my God, that is exciting. So exciting. That's awesome. All right, my sweethearts, we're going to take this over to the extended, so you can follow me either to Vimeo and or Patreon. I'm going to try to find out more about this, which is really exciting. And another card came out, which is the King of Vessels, the Heron, that I'm going to then interpret over there and draw a couple more oracle cards here for you too, and see whatever else wants to come out for you, Cappies. Again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all of your love, support, likes, shares, subscriptions. Thank you so much. And I'll either see you over on Vimeo or I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.